Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing another reaction video. Like last time that I did this tier list reaction thing, it actually did amazingly well. I actually was surprised that it had like 100 views or something. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. And I was like genuinely surprised that it got so much feedback from you, from even pt.2, the one that actually originated that idea. But that video was like 3 months ago, and I was like 12 at the time, or 3 or 4 months ago almost, and now I'm 13 years old, and I want to do the same thing again. Like I would do that every single once in a while, like this tier list reaction thing. So we're gonna react to GNVS and I forgot who the other one is called again. I'm so stupid as sometimes. Like that's the same shit I did last video, but whatever. Yeah, we're gonna react to those two, and we're gonna see how good their opinions are, if they're actually great or if they're terrible like last video, because I reacted to splashy washy tier lists. Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. Let's see if the same shit happens here. Come on, let's go. Let's go react to it.
So yes, I'm going from like top to bottom just because I feel most of the top tier is quite self-explanatory. I think first I'll explain ones that people think should be in top tier but I didn't put there. Necros I didn't put in top tier just because, one, I'm not really much of a Rose player, and two, I'm not a fan of characters that can't really hold their own close range. I mean, with Necros you can Jinx and then use Enigma, which can do quite a lot, but I still think that and low health kind of holds her back from being the top spot. I do think she's definitely the best Rose though. Agent P, I know a few other people would put in top. Once again, I think health can be an issue sometimes. I don't really know why he even has 100 health. I think they did on Garden Warfare 1 just to nerf him because he's so powerful, but they should have just nerfed his damage output or something. If someone gets in your face, you might just find it difficult to fend them off. I mean, sure, I've succeeded with that numerous times, but the fact is lower health kind of like restricts him there. And I know there's a whole bunch of people that still think Chemist is top tier. Honestly, the fact is point blank only immediately prevents it from getting in there. I mean, sure, I'll put Marine in top tier, and he's not that good at range, but he can still do damage at range. So, like, if there's someone on a rooftop, he still has a chance of fighting back. If there's a garlic drone as well, Chemist has no chance, so yeah. And I think while I'm at it, I'll explain ones that people might debate that I put in top tier. Super Commando, I didn't think I would for a while because he's like nerfed compared to Garden Warfare 1. But as soon as I got all his upgrades, my mind definitely changed on that. Marine Biologist too, because I know he's kind of like a worse computer scientist, but computer scientist is legendary, so it's hard to get. I think Marine fires faster and has a slightly higher damage output when not in crunch mode. Obviously, I do think computer's still better because crunch mode and the fact he like takes half a second to reload, but I still think Marine is good enough to be top tier. And as for Iron, I only got him recently. Originally, I only had him in Disgusting because I thought he was kind of overrated, but honestly, that changed upon using him. So now let's have a look at the Disgusting tier. I think quite a few here need explaining. First of all, I've got these two All-Stars. Hockey Star, his damage output is stupidly good close range. He's actually not that bad at long range as well. Sure, his damage ain't high, but the fact he's firing so fast means you're going to get a few bullets in them at least. And I feel he's really good for like rushing objectives and turf. If you're struggling, spam all abilities, blast by the primary in there. I would say he is probably the best All-Star. Quicker Star is probably going to be debated quite a bit, but once again, I think he just like wins any one-on-one fight as long as they're not too far away from you. He might have trouble hitting moving targets at times, but the fact he does fire as well kind of helps. Now these three engineers, painful to put there because you can pretty much use them from any range. I even managed to kill a few people cross-map on the first part of Moonbase Z. His damage output is actually really good. He can kill a road with 2 primary hits and 1 splash. He's kind of like a sniper with splash, which is just stupid, honestly.
Before you watch the rest of the video, I'll not tell you my plug yet though. I'll tell you if you want to see the whole tier list, like if you want to skip this part, go to this timestamp to go to that part. But I'll tell you some. But before that, I'll tell you something important. If you don't see like the clips will be cut, especially because this video is 35 minutes long, so I don't want to make it that long because then it won't be fun to watch. So I'll just keep it with y'all. I will be cutting some clips out and just, you know, doing whatever. And like if you don't see the parts that I was about to show you, I'll probably tell you at the end of this reaction, like the end of this video, what happened and what didn't happen. All right, go back to the video, guys.
And Commando P, I know a lot of people think this is one of the worst pea shooters, but once again, it's kind of like a soldier with pea shooter abilities. He kind of struggles with imps, sometimes they're floating around all over the place, but he's good at pretty much everything else. He's quite a good anti-mech character as well. And here we go with these two chompers. This is not going to be a popular opinion at all.
Oh, no chompers anywhere near top tier.
Yeah, well, chomper's the only class where I don't have any of them in either of the top 2 tiers, so happy now. In all seriousness, Fire Chomper is once again another character that's massively nerfed from Garden Warfare 1, but he is still like really good on this game, I think. Especially with Goop and Spike, where you can use just breathe away, he'll melt them quite quickly. And if they do get away, you've got the fire to help you out. And also you can like abuse the trigger, so he doesn't like overheat as quick. And Hot Rod as well. Obviously he has less health, but he's the fastest, and he gets speed boost after swallowing someone. And he bites really fast, so yeah. Not to mention he's got loads of upgrade setups you can use to like suit your playstyle. Archer Trooper I think is a little bit overrated. It's not that he's bad or anything, because he ain't bad. He can freeze really quickly, but his damage output ain't the best. He's not really good at long range. If you've got someone taking you out of range and you've not got a ZPG, you're probably going to lose the fight, because even if you can freeze them, he won't have the damage to finish them off. I think Gatling and Sunbeam, on the other hand, you can like take out, but only if they don't know you're there. If you can freeze them when they're shooting someone else, you've pretty much got a free kill. Alien Flower I think is massively underrated. Maybe her damage isn't all that good, but the chip damage from the clouds actually really helps, and they buffed her quite heavily on this game. So the clouds do 4 instead of 3. It doesn't sound like much, but honestly it is. She is like a massive contender for my favourite plant in the game now. If you haven't like gotten into this character, you really should try her, honestly. And for Vampire Flower, some might think she should go tier high. I think the health does hold her back, her damage output ain't great, and the healing is actually a really good gimmick, but it's not like you can just rely on that to instantly win a fight. Scuba is going to be a storm in a teacup. A lot of people consider this one of the best soldiers. I've never been a fan of playing as him. I think he's quite boring. And overall I do think he's worse than Tank Commander, because at least Tank Commander has a higher damage output up close, which is kind of like how I like to play them. Also, I've never really found his gimmick useful at all. And the fact he gets a sonar upgrade instead of something else that he could have easily gone and said. But he is still a good character overall, I just think he's not one of the best soldiers. And up next is Doosan. Yeah, this is where we start to go into the less good characters, I guess. E-Brains I put on here because I think his punches are quite awkward. I know he's got 5 combos out of 3, but I'm not sure like all of them actually cause chain lightning damage. Also, his range attack is terrible. I mean, no super range is a great range attack in this day and age, but his is definitely not good. And Breakfast Brains I could say the same about. I think he's really fun to play as, and his melee attack is quite good. With the fact it can keep getting faster, and he gets a speed boost after killing someone, which is nice. But he struggles with crowd control, and his range attack is probably the worst out of all the SBs. That includes Cosmic, because the whole gimmick is that it works like his melee attack, it gets faster, but honestly, pretty much as soon as it hits peak speed, it overheats. Also, I think it's really inaccurate. And now bottom 2 tiers. Yes, I put these 2 engineers here. Regular engineer I did put a tier lower than the other stock characters I thought were outclassed by others. Mostly because he's really inaccurate, his splash ain't that good, and his damage output is quite weak. Honestly, he's outclassed by most other engineers in the game. Plumber is also debated, just because he's kind of like an engineer with better splash. I just see him as the engineer for people who can't really aim that well.
Yeah, no, that's gonna get me some hate.
It was a lot better from Garden Warfare 1 because his damage was better. On this, I think he's just the worst version of Electrician.
Alright everyone, the tier list was actually not that bad as I expected, because last time Splashy Washy actually just obliterated his tier list with crap. I think that he did it as jokes, I hope. But this tier list was actually quite good. It was really good because like I mean it didn't have like that much wrong in it. Like it was alright. It was actually not that bad because GNVS ranked these spots pretty good, except Commando P and Sky Trooper. These kind of characters and Disgusting and stuff like that. Like there is some ups and downs, like Vampire Flower and Alien Flower. They're quite terrible in this game, and in Garden Warfare 2, Garden Warfare 1, Garden Warfare 2, Vampire Flower was first added, but she's still quite terrible because she doesn't really. She just doesn't like, for me she doesn't exist, because like you're just gonna heal back to 95 HP, so what's the point of even living? And Scuba Soldier, that hurt in my insides, because like and Tank Commander, because they're both tank characters, and they shouldn't be like all the way down the bottom of the foot soldier of the tier. They should be at least at great or disgusting, at least at this top. Okay, like at least right there. And on the other side of the tier list, like the ones that are bottom tier and stuff like that, Breakfast Brains shouldn't be at decent. I mean, yeah, he is quite fun. His projectiles are, yeah, they're quite terrible. They're actually really terrible. But he can't punch in midair, which is the problem, and stuff like that. And everything is just not. Hold up, yeah, wait. Plumber and regular engineer. Regular engineer is the first character I've mastered in Garden Warfare 2, and I've never hated him. Not only because he was like one of my favorite characters, because he was like my first mastered one. It's because his damage ain't that bad. 40 damage when you hit somebody, and 20 damage if it's a splash. 20 damage for a splash ain't that bad. Come on. And Plumber, his damage is 35, which, worse than the engineer, but his splash damage is pretty good. He is the same in Garden Warfare 2, but there are better engineers that are in stock instead of Plumber, so I can clearly understand, but that low, Jesus. I think you should put him at least at decent or good, or for the slightest, probably even okay, not weak. That is just way too low for Plumber. It's insanely low. And I also forgot the rating. I forgot to rate this tier list. This tier list was actually a very good tier list. This was a freaking 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed that tier list. It didn't have anything wrong. It didn't bring me in pieces. And yeah, it was amazing. It was pretty good. Like the rest that are in bottom tier, E-Citrons, Cosmic Brains, Yeti Chomper, and Camo Cactus, they belong there because they're terrible characters. And let's let them there. All right, that's it. Let's go to the next tier list, shall we?
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today what we are going to be doing is my own Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2 tier list, as you can clearly see. This tier list is going to be based off who I think is fun, who I would play, and what characters I think are good. That pretty much goes without saying, but the last tier list video I did got a good amount of comments of people being very angry about my choices. This tier
Did you guys see who he put him as his number 1? Great one, bro. Armor Chomper at number 1. Amazing. Great one.
list may not be accurate to who is actually good and who is actually bad. That's why this is my opinion, and that's why I'm prefacing it at the start. I'm not going to go over every character because that would just take way too long, and I don't want this video to run on forever. I will explain the tiers that I think need explaining, and I'll explain some characters that I think need explaining for why I put them in certain tiers. Let's just start off with S tier, shall we? At the top of S tier, the best character in the entire game, Armored Chomper. I think this goes without saying. Armored Chomper is just clearly the best. With his unmatched mobility and his unmatched strength, Armored Chomper can just tear his way through the competition compared to every other character below him. I think Armored Chomper's mobility is really what just pushes him over the edge. So yeah, Armored Chomper really doesn't need much of an explanation. He's just kind of like a Giga Chad, given S tier, obviously. Torchwood. Torchwood is in broken tier because he has just so many things. Torchwood has the most health out of any base character in the game. Combination of a infinite ammo primary, which is just also convenient. The Leaf Shield, don't even get me started on Leaf Shield. I fucking hate that ability so much. When I was leveling up Drake and I had to first constant Torchwoods who just pop a Leaf Shield and then I do 2 damage a shot, it wasn't fun. He also has Smoldering Madness, which is it's just a buff. That's all it is. You're already taking a good character and he has an ability that just makes him even better. And then the fire thing, I forget what it's actually called. That is just a free win button. If someone is up close to you, you just pop the flame face thing and you just win. Completely brain farting on what the name is of the ability. Anyways, yeah, he's just the best tank in the game. SS tier very easily. Another controversial one, Pylon Imp in SS tier. Wow! I know that people will put Pylon Imp as low as C tier and D tier. And that is just absolutely insane to me. I don't know how anyone could, with good conscience, do that. You're telling me an imp who can hit 34 damage a shot, you're going to put in C tier? You're going to tell me the imp with the second best mech in the entire game, you're going to put in C tier? That just doesn't make any sense to me. He hits 30 damage a shot. His mech is absolutely insane. The primary does crazy damage. The pylon mines are just absolutely insane. They're so small and they just kill anyone instantly. How are you going to put pylon imp in anything other than S tier? I know people will put shrimp below S tier. The shrimp mech is probably one of the best playable things in the entire game, so I don't know how anyone could put him below S tier. Computer scientist. I know people don't like computer scientist because of crunch mode. People think that it like fucks up with their screen too much and they don't like it. To that, I say skill issue. Learn how to get used to it and you'll fry with computer scientist. Computer scientist is crazy. Very similar to marine biologist where he fries up close and also has long range poking potential. But I think that he's just better marine biologist. Centurion and park ranger. I think these are the two worst foot soldiers. I don't know, Centurion just doesn't have very good damage. Park ranger, same thing. I think that the fire gimmick on Centurion works better than the fart gimmick on Park Ranger, but I don't think that either of them are good characters. We're getting down to the final two tiers. We have D tier and F tier. You're gonna wonder why the fuck Commando Corn is all the way in D tier. You're probably wondering how a legendary can be all the way down in D tier. His damage is not very good. His legendary meter is probably the most forgettable legendary meter in the entire game for me. I don't like the slow moving projectiles. I don't like the slow fire rate. I don't care that it does more damage than Red Corn. I think putting him in D tier is a little criminal. I think that we can move him to decent because, you know, he still is a legendary.
So, that is it for this tier list. This tier list was not really great, to be honest with you. My overall rating for this tier list is like a 5 out of 10. Yeah, it is a big... It is not... It's pretty floppy and stuff. It's not really that good, you know. Let's start off with the oh my god, what shit, like this Armor Chomper as the best character in this fucking tier list. Wow, dude, like wow. He's terrible. Like his damage he couldn't kill 2 scientists anymore. His damage is 45 damage now. It's not 50. He can't kill a scientist with 2 bites. That's how embarrassing he is. And when you have sprint borrow, it's the exact same speed as when you go as in a regular borrow with a regular chomper, but with armor chomper it's completely different. You use sprint borrow to go in with the original borrow that doesn't even last as long. What the hell is going on here? Pylon Imp in SS tier. The mech is probably like the worst mech in the game, I think, or second behind Drake. But it's like, yeah, the pylon imps are good and all, but like they're super damn small. So I don't think that somebody's gonna step on them. They're gonna see these things and they're not gonna step on them. And if they go through them, they're so small you can even go through them. Like they're that small. And Shrimp in SS tier, like. And you put him like 1 tier higher than the regular imp, which doesn't even make sense because his projectile or his guns are like the same as regular imps. Like I don't understand. Breakfast Brains in S tier. You should at least put him in B or C tier. I have no idea. Put him in B tier at least. It's most likely fitting for him. And Super Commando, really, dude? Super Commando in A tier. Put him in S tier or no, broken tier. Go on, dude. And Bandit Cactus, what is Bandit Cactus doing here? And what are these two, Cannon Commander and Scuba Soldier, doing in A? They're going in S, and Bandit Cactus should go back down to, I have no idea, to C or D. I have no idea, dude. Like, she's not good at all. Now let's go to the bad categories. Like we have. I forgot who to rank. Oh yeah, Plumber. Put him at like decent tier, at least decent tier. Landscaper is also not that bad. Come on now, they're like 2 good engineers. Like they're no joke engineers. Centurion, I gave you a skill issue because Centurion's damage is actually quite good. It's like 20 damage for like hitting one bullet, which is not that bad, to be honest with you. Like, it's really not that bad. And the fire effect is like, I have no idea, 3 damage, 3 or 4. It's alright, but like not the best. But come on, dude, like, why? And I think that's it, dude. Like, the tier list was not very special for me, to be honest. Like, it should have been at least better. I mean, the F tier, the D tier. I mean, oh yeah, Commando Corn, I forgot. Yeah, he put him at decent at the end of this, but Commando Corn is useless. It's not a good character. He's not a good character. Put him back down to D tier, goddammit. Why do you put him back at B tier? Put him in D tier. He's not very good. He's not good. He's not good. Understood? I don't think you understood me. Well, whatever. I don't care. At least I had a good laugh watching this shit. So I can't say this enough, but I have to credit Michele PK for this. He originally made me I stole his idea. Like, he inspired me to do this tier list reaction thingy. But like, it's amazing that like he actually does this type of content. Like, but he hasn't done this content in like a few months now. But I just have to credit him for at least one reason, because he made me like do this video. And shout out to these people. They're in the link in the description down below. So Michele PK, he's also in the link in my description, and even the two that like reacted to, that I reacted their tier list to. Shout out to them for making the video even possible. Yeah, I know their opinions might not be that good, but like, it's at least alright, like, compared to other tier lists I've ever watched. But like, shout out to them for making this video even a thing, at least. Yeah, so I wanna sign off. If you guys enjoyed this video, like the video if you like the video. If you don't, then I have no idea. Just type a mean comment or dislike it. I can still see the dislikes in my videos, but I haven't had a single dislike yet. Yet. Alright, I'll be signing off, so I'll see ya probably, I have no idea when. I'll see you whenever.